Hey everyone, this is Chris at Real Rideshare Stories, and I'm going to talk to you today about 3 of the most common scams. Alright, so there's always people who try to take advantage of other people through some way, somehow. I'm going to go over 3 of the most common scams and what you need to do to look out for it and what to do in the event of this happening. Alright, scam number 1 is people that order Uber and Lyft that try to get more than the allotted amount of passengers on the ride. So if you order a Uber or Lyft and it's only for 1 to 4 people and they try to have 5 or 6 or even more passengers for that ride, they're trying to scam by saving a few dollars instead of ordering the larger vehicles or getting 2 Uber or Lyfts to take you to that place. So if you're a driver, don't allow more than the amount of people that are allowed for that vehicle. So if somebody has 5 people, tell them, look, you can't do this. You gotta abide by the rules. It's 1 to 4 passengers. There's quite a few reasons for this. Safety being the first. You know, you only have 4 extra seat belts in the car. If you got 5 people, somebody's not driving with a seatbelt on. If there's ever an accident or anything like that, you know, there can be more harm there. Also, it's just liability itself. You know, you as a driver have the insurance through Uber or Lyft for that ride. Insurance companies will scan everything if they see that you have like an accident or some issue and you took more than the amount of people is supposed to. You know, they can say, hey, you didn't follow the rules and we're not paying for it, and then it's all going to be out of pocket for you. Same thing if you get pulled over by the police. If you have more than the amount of passengers that's allowed, you know, who are they going to write a ticket to? It's going to be you, and then you're going to pay for it, not the passengers. So, you know, it's just very easy to say, hey, I only can take 4 passengers, and you either have to order a second one or we're going to cancel a ride and you got to order an XL. Somebody could say, well, you know, nobody's said any problem or had a problem with this before. And then well, I didn't know that we were going to have 5 people or 6 people, things like that to try to get the ride, you know. But here's the thing, you're the driver, stay in control. It's your vehicle, it's your ass, you're the one who's on the line. If people are trying to get more than the right amount of people, don't take that ride. Cancel it and go on to the next ride. That is definitely something that you want to realize that is a scam going on, because the larger vehicles do cost more, or ordering 2 vehicles is going to cost double the amount. And so that's just trying to scam the system so 5, 6, 7 plus whatever people can get a ride for what a Uber or Lyft for 1 to 4 passengers is rated for. All right, the second scam is very hard to really kind of see, and you won't be able to notice it until later, about up to 48 hours after the ride's done. And how it is, it's set up where you take the passenger, pick them up, normal ride, and then they'll ask you, hey, can you take me to this location, and can you take me here, take this route. You know, it might sound like everything's fine. That's not a problem. In fact, Uber and Lyft both charge by mileage and time. So if you go off the course from point A pickup to point B drop off and stop somewhere in between, it's really not a problem. But the thing is, the passenger itself can call up Uber or Lyft and say, this person didn't take the quickest route, they took me out of the way, and then they'll readjust that to what the original route was. So the time and mileage that you used that was extra to take them to that stop would be basically eliminated from what you are getting paid out as. So most people aren't going to do this. They're just trying to add in a location, no problem. One way to combat this is tell them they have to put in the second, third stop, whatever it is. Another thing to watch out for is when you get to these stores that you're not waiting there for 20, 30 minutes. These stops are not meant to be while that person is shopping. These are supposed to be quick, easy things, like you go grab something and you're out. The thing you want to do is make that clear to the passenger that this is only for short stops. If you're going to be longer than that, don't let passengers leave things in the vehicle either, because those are called anchors, and what they're designed for is that they are trying to keep you there so you don't drive off if they're going to make you wait for 20, 30, 40 minutes for something. If you go to like the corner store, it's not going to be long. But if you go to a grocery store or shopping store, it's probably going to be a longer thing to sit there. So if they have these anchors, which are bags, purses, some type of clothing, kids, even, make sure that they take these things, and if they're planning to be in there for a little while, that you just end the ride there and they can order a ride later. And this is kind of a scam where they don't want to order a new ride because they'll have to pay like the pickup fee and the different fees again. But for you as a driver, your time is valuable too. You're not getting compensated enough to sit there and wait 20, 30 minutes. Again, these are not meant to sit there for that long. They're meant to go in, grab what you need, and go. So if it's 5 minutes, that's fine. Anything really longer than that, that's going to become a problem, and that's not what these stops are designed for. Scam number 3 is very widely known and is done quite often, but not a lot. And I'm saying in the overall scheme of things, definitely not. Just a few people do this, but it is something that you need to be aware of if you're a driver. And if you're a passenger, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen to you if you try doing this scam. It's going to start where you get pinged for the ride, you go there, you pick the person up, going to be a normal ride, no problem. And then all of a sudden you might hear a little sound or something where the map then just disappears. And that's essentially the rider canceling the ride mid-ride. So if you notice this happening, pull the vehicle over where it's safe and tell them to get out of the vehicle. Ride's over, time to get out. If they put up any fuss or anything saying, oh, some issue, I don't know what happened, order a new ride. This variation can happen on many different things. You have a group of people and the person who ordered the ride is going to get dropped off first, and then the ride is going to continue where they might cancel the ride right after they get home. And then now the other people are stuck in the vehicle. You're not getting paid for this portion. So again, like I say, pull the car over, tell them to get out of the vehicle. The ride is over. If somebody does this and you're still driving them to the destination, if there's an accident, guess what? Now you're liable on your own insurance because the ride's canceled. You can argue that the rider was in the vehicle canceled on purpose, but it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a hassle. So if you notice that the ride is canceled, or if you notice that something doesn't seem right and now you're not seeing the drop-off location or anything like that, that's because the rider had canceled the ride. Pull the vehicle over at the safest spot, tell them to get out. It's that simple. Get out of the vehicle. You are not going to be in here anymore. Now, I have never had this issue, but I've seen many people who have had that issue through driver forums, through YouTube, quite a few different things. But I just want to make you aware on how to handle it. Also, if you're a driver and somebody cancels the ride mid-ride, the biggest thing to do is call Uber or Lyft immediately. or message them immediately and tell them exactly what happened. Because if you do continue the ride, they may be able to refund you the difference and charge the rider accordingly. And that by far is the most shady and scammiest thing that anybody can do as a Uber or Lyft passenger. I've only seen one of the scams personally, and that's where people try to get more passengers, and then and then what's allowed. I don't allow that to happen. You as a driver, don't allow that to happen either. You know, this is your vehicle, this is your time. Don't let other people push you around. You're the one who's kind of in charge of the situation and what's going on. You're the one who's driving. You're the one who's got the liability. You're the one who's got all these things going. You're the one who wants to make the money. The biggest thing to do is get a dash camera. The dash cam is going to show everything, what happens from when the ride starts to when the ride, basically when they get out of the vehicle and the ride's over. So if they try to claim certain things, or if they try to say, hey, he didn't take me to the quickest route, you know, it's going to show them saying, hey, can you take me to this place? Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you drive me this way instead of this way? If somebody tries to call Uber or Lyft, you know, it's going to be on record. You have it. And then same thing, if there's a passenger out there that decides to cancel the ride for any reason while you're on the ride, that's on there immediately, and that footage should be submitted as well as a report to Uber or Lyft, depending on what the ride originated from. So with that being said, those are a few scams, how to deal with it, and another reason why you should have an in-dash camera, just for the sake of peace of mind and covering your own ass. You know, remember to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications if you enjoy these videos and you want to see some more for all our upcoming videos. You know, like, share, comment below if you have any things that you want to see, or if you just enjoy these videos and want to share it with your friends and family. And have a great day. We'll see you soon.